This NPC right here, Agatha, is one of the most important ways to get Heart of the Forest XP, Forest Whispers, Foraging XP, and money in the new update. Guys, every single legendary contest that you do, and they only take 20 minutes by the way, gets you 30 Agatha's coupons, which is worth over $1 million by the way, 15,000 Forest Whispers, 50,000 Foraging XP, and the biggest thing of all is 700 Heart of the Forest XP. Plus, the first 3 that you do every day are going to get you 1,200 Heart of the Forest XP each. So this is the best way in the entire game to level up the Heart of the Forest. But to get those rewards, you actually have to get legendary in the contest, and I know that a lot of my friends are having trouble actually getting the legendary. They can only get to rare or epic. But luckily, unlike with farming where you need a max setup to ever get the highest rank in the contest, I have 2 extremely cheap methods to get a legendary in this contest every single time. And one of them literally requires no items or anything except for the rogue sword that you can get from an NPC in the village on your first day. So the first method, the one that literally requires nothing, is farming these berries over here. In my last video, I talked about how these get you a ton of Forest Whispers, but they're also really great for doing the contests. And basically all you want to do is you can hold any item, or you can have no item in your hand. And you basically just want to run around and you want to hold down left click so that you can focus more on getting to the bushes. And every time you break one, you get 3 points towards the contest, like you can see on the right side of my screen right now. And basically if you break these for an entire contest, you'll pretty easily be able to get a legendary. And to make it fair, I'm going to give myself only 206 speed, which you can basically get to with just a rogue sword with its right click ability and 50 mana. And I'm not going to use any items like the aspect of the end or the grappling hook, but they are very useful. So if you're struggling with this, there are 2 things you can do, which is get more speed from a god pot or something like that, or get some mobility items, or sometimes when you break the bushes, these little things will come out. And honestly, they're really creepy, but if you throw a fishing net at them, you can see over there, I just got 10 points just for that. That's more than 3 bushes worth. They come out like every 5 bushes or something, and all you have to do is right click them and you get 10 points. Alright, so I'm starting the contest right now. Okay, so I just hit legendary, and apparently there's a game update right now, right before the contest ends, so I hope that doesn't happen to you during a contest. But it looks like I ended up getting 1668 points, which is 168 more than you need to get legendary. But at some point you are going to want to stop doing the berries and start doing trees for the contest, because with trees, while you're cutting the trees, you can actually get Heart of the Forest XP, plus you're going to make a lot more money because fig logs are worth a good amount, and the berries are kind of useless just because of how many people are farming them and the fact that you don't need that many of them. And really surprisingly, all you need to get legendary every single time cutting down trees is just a couple million coins worth of gear. So you're going to want to go to the auction house and buy a tree capitator, which by the way, they're usually not even worth 200,000 coins anymore. I got my last one for 90,000. And then a sweet booster, which is so common that I have like 10 of them just in my inventory from foraging, and they're only 5,000 coins at the auction house. And now apparently they're 500 coins, but they give you 10 sweeps somehow, which is actually a lot of sweep. Then you want to buy the full canopy set from this NPC right here, right in the village, and this is actually going to give you 24 sweep, and it's only 500,000 coins. This is very important. And then finally on the bazaar, you want to buy the First Impression 5 enchant. If you do an order, it's a lot cheaper, but I'm going to insta buy it. It's 1.2 million, and it does cost another 250k to apply the sweep booster to the axe, but overall it's just about 2 million coins. And then once you've combined all that on your axe and you're wearing the canopy armor, that's all you need to do. Something that will help a lot though is leveling up your Heart of the Forest sweep perk. I'm going to have mine at level 10. This only cost me like 5,000 or 6,000 total Forest Whispers, which 6,000 Forest Whispers is literally just breaking like 60 berry bushes or doing like 1 Agatha contest. And most of the points that you get are actually from tree gifts, which you only get when you destroy the whole tree. So what you should do is you should target the smallest trees, and instead of using your throwing axe, especially since you have First Impression, you want to jump up and break all the logs yourself. And that's a lot easier on the smaller trees than it is on the bigger trees too. So yeah, now I'm going to start cutting the trees. Alright, I just finished the contest and I got 1863 points. That's a lot more than I got with the berries, but more importantly, I was easily able to get legendary with that too, even with the cheap setup I was using. So yeah, I guess we'll never know why the admins made these contests so easy, but these 2 methods can literally get you legendary every time and make you a ton of money and XP. But anyway, good luck with Agatha and getting the Heart of the Forest 7.